All right, hello, Virg. ETG. All right. This is going to be a weekly reading. October 8th through the 15th for Virgo. All right, let's see. All right. Yeah, I was kind of getting that with the shuffling. It kind of took forever. So the center of your attention is a Leo that's competing with you or arguing with you. All right. So somebody's trying to one up you. So I feel like the relationship that you're in is volatile, dramatic. I don't think it's violent. I mean, it could be. But I feel like this is, you're in competition with someone that you're romantically involved with, or this is the center of your attention, some type of gossip or conflict or something like that with this Leo. How you feel about them, it's over. Okay. So yeah, I feel like somebody is still arguing, still gossiping, still competing with you, still trying to one up you, still a tit for tat. I feel like they're still doing this, but you feel like it's over, Virg, the world. All right. So I feel like it's the center of your attention. So maybe it's amusing or it's entertaining, but like, in all honesty, like, man, this is over. It's been over. This is done. So I feel like you maybe just watching something for amusement or because it's entertaining. How they feel about you. Wow, they really love you. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like somebody's picking on you or trying to one up you or creating a compromising situation. The situation is like conflict, dramatic, but this person actually loves you a lot. They have deep emotional feelings for you. All right, what's coming in for this connection? The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so your energy. And what's the outflux? The Four of Wands. Yeah, so no more. I feel like the relationship between you and this person, it's over. It could be a component of the relationship too, like the sex, just the arguing back and forth, the fighting. You're just done fighting. You're done arguing. You're done competing. You're just done with that. I feel like if you were giving somebody pushback, maybe somebody stopped sleeping with you. Like, why aren't we sleeping together anymore? Or do you like it? I just feel like you're done doing that. The cycle is over for you. It's over. Okay, the Hanged Man. Okay, so this week you're going to leave somebody hanging or you leave somebody on read. You just don't feel inclined to reply back, or you have nothing to say to them. I feel like, Virg. All right, it's just, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to discuss. You're not going to argue. You're not going to go back and forth. I feel like too, like somebody has like real petty conversation. Like, man, okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You don't talk about anything. The conversations are empty. I feel like, or somebody just gossips, or maybe somebody contacts you and they just gossip about other people. You don't want to talk about that. It's low, or you just don't care. You're like, yeah, you don't want to hear about it. You don't want to gossip. You don't want to go back and forth. It's just, you're done. All right. Let's see, what is the Five of Wands? Why is the Five of Wands here? Okay. So what is the arguing about? Or what is the gossip, or what is this about? The Six of Wands. Okay, so it's because you get attention. Someone does not like the fact that you get attention, so they do petty things, or somebody is doing petty things to get your attention. But I feel like you're not paying attention. You're not going to do anything. Like somebody wants a reaction out of you. They're trying to trigger you. Really, somebody just wants your attention. They want you to look at them. They want you to acknowledge them, Virg. All right, so or I feel like somebody could be nagging you or getting on you about all the attention that you're getting. Maybe you're getting a lot of attention from this Leo, or the Leo has issues with you, with how much attention that you're getting from somebody else. All right, and they want to talk to you about that. Okay, you have this weird card, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like the arguing or the back and forth is about an earth sign. Somebody is constantly comparing you to an earth sign, or somebody is constantly competing with this earth sign. Even when you don't bring them up, I feel like somebody brings up the earth sign unprovoked. You're like, we weren't even talking about that. I feel like somebody has an insatiable desire to talk about this earth sign. It just comes up like word vomit. They just cannot stop talking about this person. Or they can't stop talking about some type of sexual encounter that you guys had. So I feel like if you are sleeping with this person, Virgo, I feel like the reason why you're ending the connection is because somebody has a big mouth. They don't know how to, they're not very discreet. I feel like somebody talks about your sexual escapades to their friends or publicly, and you don't like that. Yes, I feel like you're going to leave somebody on read, or you're going to just leave somebody hanging. I feel like you're standing somebody up all week. Like I feel like you go back and forth with this person. It could be playful banter, but I feel like you really don't trust them as a person because they have a big mouth. Somebody always wants attention, and they tend to gossip, or they tend to exploit your business to the public, and you're like, yeah, I can't do this. You talk too much, or you're like, somebody is real petty. They'll say anything or they'll do anything to prove a point, and that's like bad for business. I feel like it's bad for your reputation. It makes you look bad. Yeah, so I feel like you don't really want to get involved. You're like, yeah, I don't want to get involved in that. Leave my name out of it. I'm not in that shit. What is this? Yeah, so somebody puts you on display as a way of getting attention, and you're like, why do you have to exploit me to get attention from people? Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody puts all your business online, and it's like, that's not cool. Yeah, so I feel like somebody's a blogger, like somebody spends a lot of time on like IG or Snapchat. Like they post every single thing that you guys do. It's fucking annoying. Like, why you gotta take pictures of every fucking thing that we eat, everything that we drink, everywhere that we go, you gotta take a fucking picture, you gotta post something. Why? Get the fuck off the internet. Yeah, I feel like it's irritating. The Five of Cups, yeah, and Eight of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like somebody's trying to spend time with you. Like, nah, I'm cool. Like, you too, I feel like somebody exploits you. You don't like that. Like somebody seeks attention too much, and you don't want to be on camera. What is the World card? Okay, it's over. I feel like you still love them though, but you don't want to be in a relationship with them. You're like, no, I don't want to be. But I feel like you still love this person. Like you're still cordial, but you don't want to go out, or you don't want to be seen with them. I feel like somebody does the most. They do too much. What's the Two of Cups? Or like somebody always needs attention. It's like, you're like, okay, well, don't use me. Like, don't post pictures of me, or stop using me to get attention, or stop using me to get likes. Okay, let's see. The Ten of Pentacles and the title card, and yeah, it's over. It just keeps ending for you. I feel like somebody keeps trying to call a truce, or somebody keeps trying, but you're like, no, you keep like ending something. You're like, no, I can't do this with you. What's the King of Cups? This could be too, maybe somebody's in the public eye. You just don't want that life, Virgo. You don't want to be in the public eye. You don't want to be seen, or you need someone who's discreet. Even if they are in the public eye, you kind of need someone who's more private. Like, you don't want to be all online, all on Instagram, all on Snapchat. Like, man, stop taking pictures of me. The fuck? Yeah, so I feel like somebody takes a lot of pictures, or somebody posts a lot of content, but like, you don't want to be involved. Like, man, stop showing me to people. Okay, what's the King of Cups? It's annoying. What's the King of Cups? Yeah, because you want to keep your private life private. Oh my God, as I'm saying this, the moon. So somebody's doing this on purpose. They're doing it to be petty. Somebody knows that you're private. Somebody knows that you want to keep your private life private. Somebody knows that you're very discreet. They know that about you. That's why they put you on display, or they post shit about you, because they know that you don't like that. You're a very private person. You're a hermit. So somebody knows that you hate the camera, you hate the spotlight, and that's why they put the camera and the spotlight on you, because you don't like it. Yeah, you are a true hermit. You could care less about that shit. Literally, you could care less about that bullshit. You could care less about the attention, about the praise, the worship, the fans, whatever. You don't give a fuck. And I feel like somebody knows that. That's why they put you on camera, or like somebody's trying to put you in a very uncomfortable position. Yeah, so this person knows that you're private, you're very secretive. All right, they feel like you're very compassionate, understanding, you have a lot of emotional maturity, but they feel like you are a true hermit. You like to be left alone. You like to be to yourself. You like to keep your private affairs private. Yeah, but exactly. And so somebody knows that being in the public eye or just being seen, it kind of stresses you out. It's a lot for you. So I feel like too, Virgo, you suffer from extrovert fatigue? It's an actual thing that introverts suffer from. Like when you go outside and there's a lot of people, you just feel everything and you get exhausted just being around people. It's exhausting. All right. Like it's really hard for you to be around people because they're draining. But I feel like that's the whole point. Somebody's trying to drain you. Somebody's trying to force you out of your comfort zone, but you're like, no. Yeah, I feel like when somebody comes around, they just stress you out. They just do too much. It's just too much. You're like, why can't we just chill at home? Why do you have to take pictures of the inside of my house or the bar that we're in? Or why do you have to do that? Why can't we just chill and nobody knows what we're doing? But I feel like somebody has a need to be seen. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. Maybe somebody thinks that you do too, but you don't at all, period. Yeah, the Hermit again. Like, yeah, but see, somebody thinks, I feel like they want to be seen, or like somebody does it to be petty. They know that you don't like that, or like somebody's under the impression that you do want the attention, or something like that. Yeah, but I feel like they do it to be petty. They know you don't like it, Virgo. They do it to stress you out. It's just, it's to stress you out. It's to, I don't know, embarrass you or whatever. But, I feel like, the whole week you're just being the Hermit. Somebody is really trying to force you not to be a Virgo, but you're like, no, I'm going to stay here and do this and stay in my house and stay to myself. And I mean, you're being true to yourself. Like, yeah. There's nothing I feel like you're somebody feels like you're being a bitch, but I just feel like you're just very private, especially this week. Especially too, if you are in the public eye all the time, it's like, okay, when I'm off work or when I'm in my private home, I don't want to be seen. So maybe you are being kind of a cold bitch, but I don't think you really care. You want your privacy, period. What's the 10 of Pentacles? Yeah, somebody is very obsessive. It could be a lot of people are obsessive, Virgo. I feel like people want to see you. Yeah, there could be a Saturn. You could have Saturn in the 3rd house or Saturn in your 6th house. So Saturn is what we hate. It's what we hate to do. It's what we dread. So if you have Saturn in your 3rd house, you fucking hate talking. You hate social media. You hate being online. You hate posting pictures. You hate opening your fucking mouth and having conversations with human beings. You hate that shit. But if you have Saturn in the 3rd house, that's your greatest asset, Virgo. Your greatest asset is speaking. Maybe you're very photogenic. But I feel like there's a Saturn placement that makes you hate something. If you have Saturn in your 6th house, you hate when people disturb your daily routines. Depending on what sign is there, but I feel like there's a Saturn placement. So I feel like that's the reason why. Maybe you're supposed to be doing something that you just hate. What's the 10 of Pentacles? I'm getting it is something about content or pictures or posts or what's the 10 of Pentacles, please? The 10 of Swords. Yeah, I just feel like maybe you just don't want to do it with this person. You're like, okay, I don't want to be seen with them. Yeah. So maybe you're okay with being seen. I feel like this relationship you don't want people to know about. You don't want to be seen with this person. I don't know why. You want to keep this relationship a complete secret. But I feel like you could be dealing with like a Leo. Someone's like, no, I want to be seen. You're like, okay, well, I'm cool. Yeah, you have the 5 of Pentacles, the full card. Yeah, so it's embarrassing. I feel like, oh my God. So maybe you are embarrassed to be seen with this person. That's why you don't want pictures. You don't want to go out because they embarrass you. You may feel like somebody is trashy or Like maybe you don't like the way that somebody dresses, or you don't like the way that somebody carries themselves, Virg. You may feel like somebody is, oh my God, I want to say bummy, or just they don't really take care of themselves. And you just don't, you don't want this type of person around you. You don't want to be seen as their friend or their lover or anything. You're like, man, stop fucking taking pictures of me, period. Because I feel like you don't want to tell someone that, of course you're not going to say you embarrass me, or I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. I just feel like you just avoid them. Because they are embarrassing. Maybe they're loud, or they're obnoxious, or they have bad table manners, or they can't talk, or something like that. Or they don't know how to dress for the occasion or something. But I just feel like it's just, you just feel embarrassed. You don't like being seen. You don't like being online or something like that. The Ace of Swords and the Three of Cups. I feel like too, you're afraid of who's going to see. You're like, man, damn, I don't want my ex, or yeah, you don't want this Cancer to see. Like, man, yeah, you don't want people to see. So I feel like it's more so about how you feel about another person. You're like, nah, I don't want that Cancer to see me, or I don't want my ex to see me, or so it's almost like you're doing something with somebody else in mind. Because you have the attitude of like, well, I couldn't do this with my ex, or I couldn't do this with this person, so I don't want to do it with nobody. I don't want to do it with you. Because I feel like you do want to be, I feel like you wouldn't mind if it was another person. You don't want that energy with this person. Yeah. Because I feel like you don't want people to think that you don't want people to think that you and this person are together, because you're not. You're like, we are not together at all. And I feel like that's the impression that people get. You're like, nah, I'm not your fucking mate, dog. Like, you're not my girlfriend or nothing, or something like that. So I feel like you want to make it clear to somebody else that you guys are just friends and that's it. I feel like you want to make it clear to the people who are watching, like, we're just friends, that's it. You could have your heart set on somebody else. I feel like there's an air sign that you want, and you don't want that air sign to think that you're with somebody else, especially not this person. And yeah, I just feel like it's all about your reputation. It's like you care about who people see you with. You're like, nah, I'm cool on that. Yeah, the Three of Cups. Because I feel like somebody wants to date you. Or I feel like people, this is what somebody is telling other people. People think that you're dating this person. Or this is what they tell people, like, oh yeah, me and that Virgo are dating. You're like, and you're not though. You're not dating them. You're not with them or something. But like, even if this person is not saying that, this is what people are going to think. People are going to assume that you're dating this person. And you're like, yeah, I'm absolutely not though. Yeah, okay. And that's why you don't want to be on like their Instagram, their Snapchat. It's like, nah, I don't want people to think that we're together, because we're not at all. But of course, I feel like that's what somebody's doing. Somebody's like, okay, somebody knows that what people are going to think. But I feel like you're like, no, that's not what you want. You're not with them. It says commitment. All right. I feel like too, you could already be committed to somebody else. So I feel like somebody is trying to break you up, or somebody's trying to cause problems in your relationship. Yeah. Because somebody knows that, I don't know, your girl is watching, your dude is watching. They know that somebody's watching your social media, and they want to cause problems. Like somebody wants your significant other to think that they have competition when they don't. Or somebody wants your ex to think this when it's not like that at all. But I feel like, Virgo, you need to stand up for yourself. Just be direct and say, look, you know what I'm saying? I like, we have a lot of fun together, but can you be a little bit more discreet? Or, do you mind not taking pictures of me, or putting me in the pictures or something like that? I feel like you're not going to do that, Virg, because somebody may get offended by that or whatever, okay? So I just feel like you just ghost them. You just go ghost. You just avoid them altogether. When they reach out to you, you don't say anything back. You just don't want to be bothered. Somebody is too flamboyant for you. You have heart-to-heart conversations, okay? So I feel like, just tell them how it is. Tell them what it is. It's that soulmate. I feel like too, you really want to reconnect with someone, but they're petty. Like somebody just can't help competing with you. It's just in them. Like, like, even if it's for no reason, I feel like they just can't help it. They just can't stop being petty. They don't know how. And I feel like somebody does feel bad or somebody does feel embarrassed, but they just can't stop. Now, this could be the reason why somebody ghosted you, because I feel like they're embarrassed. Like somebody is embarrassed for their family to know that they like you. This person does not want people to know that they like you or that you guys are involved or talking or anything. They're ashamed of what other people may say because other people would not approve of this relationship at all. So you're worried about what people think, how people are going to see you. I mean, that's fine. So I feel like you're avoiding someone, or you're just going ghost. Because maybe you feel like somebody's, if somebody, this is you, somebody's embarrassed to be seen with you, I feel like you know that, and you just ghosted them. Like there's no reason to talk about it. They don't have to explain themselves. But I feel like somebody feels bad because you had to figure that out, maybe from a third party, or you had to figure it out by yourself, that somebody is embarrassed to even be your friend. You're like, okay, that's cool. But I feel like somebody may try to reconnect with you. It's like, nah, let's just not do this anymore. But I feel like somebody wants to have a conversation. They want to explain. It's not like that. But I feel like it's over for you. You're done here, okay? I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.